My name is Evan Cookenham. I'm the lead programmer on Escherreal, and I'm going to discuss a metric system that I've currently been developing for our developers. So, the more we've been playing this game, we've started to realize just how difficult it is to teach people to play the game, and how valuable metrics can be in the development process. Everything from frame rate hotspots, where people are looking when they walk into a room, how much time they spend in a room, all of this stuff. So we developed a system that allows us to track any metric we want, anything. It's very scalable, it's very extensible. We also provided a plugin to our level designers for the editors. What they can do is they can load in various metrics and they can actually visualize this data while they're editing the level. Because normally you get a bunch of numbers, you get a bunch of data, it's really just, it's useless, it doesn't do you any good. So writing this tool, we can load in, say, position information, and it allows us to really colorize and track this information through the level. So we can find out, say, a player is spending way too much time in a certain area. And then on top of that, we can load in camera angles and all kinds of other information to see why are they in this room, where are they looking, and then maybe, did they spend more time because the game just generally ran slower in this area for frame rate issues and they spent too much time in there. So that's currently what I'm working on, and it should help out our development process quite a bit.
Hi, I'm Chris Sosa, and I'm a programmer on Escherreal. So I've been the engineer who's been working on the camera. So we're making a third-person camera for a platformer game, which has been really challenging due to the fact that we have almost no constraints and we can walk on any surface in the game. The way our camera helps out the player in this game is it helps to orient the player all the time by trying to keep the player in front of the camera. Because of our crazy orientations and being able to go into different places in the level, we need to have the player in view. So our camera basically constantly is, whenever the player is moving, is trying to seek the back of the character in order to keep him in the player's view when he's falling or going to different orientations or going between 2D and 3D. The player is allowed to look around using the controller, and after that, every time the player moves, it just tries to seek out the player and show him off.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm one of the programmers on Escherreal. I've been primarily working on the user interface stuff. So right now, we've got a preliminary, we're still work in progress main menu, so you can start the game and quit the program. And then the other menu system that we've got in right now is the pause menu, and the primary concern, the primary functionality we wanted to get in on that is the ability for players to invert their axes, the axes on the joysticks, because maybe somebody's played a lot of first-person shooters, they're used to inverted axes, and if they haven't, they might not be, and it might be weird if the camera goes up and you push down. So we wanted to make sure to get the options to change that in as soon as possible.
So I worked on the mirror marble shard, which basically is a lesser version of the mirror marble, which we use to help teach the player how gravity can change. And basically I worked on making sure the player will go towards the way the shard is pointing, and I also made sure the camera smoothly transitions around the shard so the player doesn't get lost when they come out of the shard.
Hi, I'm Laura, and I'm a programmer on Escherreal, and I am in charge of making the Pseudo level editor. So we're using Havoc Vision to make our game, and it's not widely available. However, Unity 3D is, and so to enable our users who play the game to make their own content, to make additional levels that we don't have time to make, we're allowing them to use Unity to export their scenes to XML, and then we can load them into our game.
hidden some random way inside of Rafi. So even though I want him to go up, it's like
It's this story again.
go down because the stomach bone is upside down or something crazy. That's
what you're saying.
That's what I'm
We
saying.
blame the artists.
That's where I end up
That's what you're saying.
It's not even the artist's fault. It's just the way this is